I saw Cloud9 swap, like, after Blabber was already on Talia, Jace went mid and Ori went top, and I'm like, there's a chance you do this? But they swapped back, so it's fine, but I was like, there was a possibility. I don't know. I think top Ori could work in a GP, and I think mid Jace is probably a better Syndra matchup than Ori might be. Regardless, yeah, they're playing the normal stuff down here. Good late game carries on both sides. The follow-ups
of any player on any of the teams, and he has also been a huge point for Blabber to then go work off towards the bottom side of the map. So definitely agree with the focus there. Also, not too surprised about the generalist team comps that they've drafted here. Dignitas, again, looking for this win to try and secure themselves a spot in the quarterfinals, though. Very important match for them.
Absolutely. So Dignitas, can they lock themselves in? We got to see. There will only be a tiebreaker game if there is a three-way tie involving Dignitas, Immortals, and FlyQuest. Otherwise, it's 5 games today, and all ties are broken based on game time and such. Only a tiebreaker if there's a battle for 4th, 5th. Nice little recall stop there for Blabber. Even manages to save mana by just going to the same worked ground, and you know, now he knows. And if he went mana flow banned, he's got a stack there. He didn't, but you know, if he did.
It could be there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if there's a delayed invade, actually. Sven and Vulcan just hovering on Tribush bottom. Looks like a pretty defensive opening, though, for Dig. Almost always we'll see the junglers drop your trinket ward, then recall to switch back over to your sweeper, as Dardark has, especially for Lilia, who's going to do pretty much mostly a full clear. Tries to get all our camps cycling before getting to active.
Seems like Saliga got the better of that trade. Of course, once the Orianna ball is close by, you pretty much can't miss the Q, so Perch was like, yeah, I'll auto-Q auto. Saliga did the same. Health bar lead is with the Syndra right now, though, as they fight back and forth for level 2. Perch takes the Q, gets one back in. Pretty, actually, dynamic, the early lane between these two. With the Corrupting Potion, you get plenty of regen, so you can kind of survive this. But I don't think you can just like tank spells forever, otherwise you're going to run out. Dardark, pretty much leashless start on the blue, 2 minutes when that camp is finally done. So it's going to be a bit of a slow start. His bot lane wanted to make sure they get to the lane in time. I mean, a volatile lane like Thresh versus Alistar, you really don't want to have to come to lane late, or you're just going to have to drop CS. Like there's a whole just way that plays out, and it's just never really fun. So have to play that one out. Barrel fight, nicely done by Fake God. Can't walk up for the auto attack, but still gets to get the grasping Q off. That's going to feel pretty good.
Yeah. Meanwhile, too, the Lilia's not too sad about, you know, no leash starts. He did a very good job kiting early on, so he saved so much HP. As you can see, he didn't have to use any potions. Lilia, as long as you don't kind of just stand and tank them, and you actually use the passive move speed and kite the camps around properly, she'll be just fine clearing help or not.
Nice hook right there. Going to be a lot of damage. There's a flay in as well, and that is why you like level 2. Vulcan didn't run back in time, and look how much health he lost. Potions are gone, health bars at half, and it's FaZe vs Alistar. They cannot take a fight. Vulcan can never engage, or he will just die to Afro Neo with an Ignite, and that's going to give C9 so much less pressure in this lane now.
Yeah, big opening here for Aphromoo and Neo, and there were a bunch of questions circulating around this Dignitas roster. One of them was that Aphromoo, after putting in so much work last year and becoming, you know, part of that big bottom lane force for Dignitas, you know, how is he going to do trying to raise up another new rookie in Neo? You know, Asta getting another shot here, name change and all coming in. So far, picking up right where they left off. Aggressive play here with the Aphelios Thresh, trying to push the lane in, trying to die some of those minions and retain control of bottom half of the map.
Dardark, I believe, showed himself going over the Scuttle Crab, but going to walk towards Perks all the same. Can't land the W, does not land this roll sweep. Good sidestep by Perks. Means he's like, hey, you know what? Here's a Moldiver. I'm going to go bot side, try to fight for the Scuttle down here.
Yeah, honestly, not too big of a deal. Just keep on power farming through. As you can see, too, Blabber, having done red side first, gets to go over to super high-value Krugs. Second spawn of Krugs feels so good. That's why I love starting red and doing red side first clear for Talia. Especially, she has a really easy time of clearing that camp. And Blabber's going to have a pretty big boost as far as the experience lead here. Dardark, meanwhile, does get the second reset off a little bit later, but rushes level 2 boots. Lucidity has been gaining so much popularity, Freak, among especially pro junglers. Trying to rush this with the ability haste as well. Really does make a difference for Lilia.
One thing that helps as well, I think, a bit is your blue and red smite unlocks based on getting 5 smites off. And Lucidity has Summoner Haste on it.
Little
so you actually get blue smite earlier by rushing at first recall and doing a 900 gold recall, which is basically a full clear. And, you know, it can matter, certainly. Obviously, move speed is a very, very good jungle clear stat because not only can you kite camp, you get the next one sooner, so you can earn more gold just by running faster. And that's obviously pretty important there as well. They're trying to get some recalls off, but this wave's in a bad spot. Sven cannot leave the wave here, but it's tough. Like, you know, can you really go for the play? If Vulcan gets hooked, he's just kind of going to die. As it turns out, Talia's right behind them, or sorry, I should say Lily's right behind them. Talia's on the wrong side of the map, so flash play means Sven, can they land the hook? He's rooted, he's going to burn the cleanse, he's going to try to run away, but the slow is going to be too much, and the streak of first blood is over. Dignitas picks up their second first blood of the season so far. Fake God sidesteps to get away from the seismic shove, or he would have been dead too. Blabber tries the top lane, but can only burn some health.
Level 2 boots, Freak! Dardoch runs straight down the lane with the extra speed. He lands this bowling ball as well after calibrating it mid. Is able to find that kill onto Sven. Both summoners blown for Sven. And I was just talking him up at the beginning of the intro as being this huge carry force for Cloud9 that had been playing so well. Honestly, that was a well-controlled lane state by Dig. They went for the interrupt on the recalls. They had the deep ward in that lane brush that saw Cloud9's cancel on the reset, and they knew with the jungler position they were going to have it.
Oh, and Fudge, he does have a flash, but he's got about 3 points of health. He cannot get away. Fake God claims the kill. Even gets the bonus gold from Parlay. Dignitas up to a 2-0 start against Cloud9.
One of the biggest failures, Freak, is when top laners continue to shove up after they receive a gank from their own jungler. After Blabber recalls or goes back to his own jungle after helping it push up there, then you're so exposed, yet you still feel like you have this relative safety as the top laner that just had your jungler come and gank for you. So Dardoch's able to slip in, just bottom side play, then top side play, level 6 Lilia now. Oh my goodness, Dardoch is really set up here for Dignitas to rule this early game. My next sights would be towards the Dragon, since they do have that bottom control, having gotten off the successful gank towards Sven already and burned both his summoners and establishing this jungle lead. Dig, if they wait for the next cooldown for Fake God's ultimate, I think that should be 100% their Drake. Here's another look at it. Dardoch you see hovering outside of minion vision, waits for the flash for Aphromoo. He starts moving. Beautiful flash from Aphromoo, by the way, and the way that they layer their CC. Neo immediately went for the Gravitum Snare. As soon as the cleanse came off, though, Dardoch already threw the seed, gets the slow there, enough to chase him down. Honestly, just so beautiful so that, you know, they didn't double up on anything that would get double cleansed or anything like that.
Yeah, you might have mentioned, I might not have heard it, but Aphro holding off on Ignite until the Gravitum root was cleansed. Like, that's another one that would just go away if he did, you know, Flash Flake Ignite. So, really good stuff all across the board. 2-0 start, as we mentioned, is a 1,000 gold difference. That is kind of what you expect with 700 gold worth of kills, plus half that in assists, and indeed, that's 10k. So, beautiful right now. The laning has been good across the board as well. You can see the CS within 5 for every single person except jungle, but I'll take 2 ganks over 3 camps every single time. Left tries, cannot find it. Went for the play. Vulcan, I think, went for the headbutt, or the Hex Flash headbutt pulverized, but Aphro had read it in time to walk away, and Blabber flashed for nothing.
All right, Freak. I know Cloud9 are feeling already secure about their spot later on in the quarterfinals, and this is really big for Dig. But man, these things just keep stacking up. This early game is perfectly set up now for Dignitas to fight this Dragon. Not only do they have control over bottom, and Fake God's Gangplank ultimate is coming back up, but now Blabber doesn't even have flash either, and there's no pre-existing vision for Cloud9 around that Dragon, so they're just throwing everybody up at the Rift Herald. This is 9 minutes in. They're going to try and rush it. Interesting here for Dig. They're just keeping Neo down on bottom side. He should be pushing that wave as quickly as possible so that he can mine some turret plates in exchange for this Rift Herald. But maybe he won't actually start hard pushing until they get some vision.
Well,
now he goes for it.
Yep, that wave's going down. So we're going to lose probably 2 plates or so in the bottom side. Probably not a third, not easily anyway. Doesn't have a ton of AD. Blabber gets the top scuttle. They've got the top herald. They've got the dual lane back up to the top side, so that should be some pressure as Gangplank can kind of only sit and watch. I want to see what the back half of this is going to be. TP not up for Fudge, nor for Fake God. The Fake God has ulti if he needs to clear some waves and buy some more time and keep his turret healthy. But Aphelios pushing into the bot side. Now that bot turret had 4 plates before he started. Now certainly, yes, they shared gold on the first one already, so that money's not going anywhere. But I am curious how much more gold he's running over time as Fake God fights in with Sven a bit more, puts him at half HP, and Aphromoo, I mean, he's got his flashback up and some Swifties, means he can get a lot done. Neo checking in, got 2 plates down to the bottom side so far by the time Fudge finally came back. So that is, I believe, maybe 2 plates to 2, but now comes the second round of the Herald Summon. As it's, you know, the top lane turret's already down to 3 plates. That's the time you want to summon it, basically, once the first 2 are gone. There comes the charge, here comes the wave, and there's the GP ult. But I do not believe it will save the turret. It's going to be a bit close, just because when the minions are all gone. But yeah, they're pushed off. Shelly's going to take a little bit longer, but here's the thing. It's at 300 health. The cannon's a bit low, but they can wait it around. But look at this. Neo got entirely first turret gold by the fact that he stayed down there. And so you spend all this time getting the Herald up, and it doesn't even get you anything more than the 80 carry got by solo pushing.
And Freak, as you know, optimal Herald use would be to knock that other first turret plate off by hand, then cast the Rift Herald so that you just instantly use the true damage to finish off those last 2. Because they use the Rift Herald as they're still pushing up the wave, and there were still 3 turret plates to work through. The last one, the strongest turret plate, still standing there. That actually does mean the difference, by the way, in the timing of rushing for first turret bonus. Yeah, first turret bonus got reduced in value, so it's only like 150 gold. So it's not the biggest of deals, but every 150 gold does count when it is a decision like that that doesn't really have an opportunity cost that you're going to blink at.
You trivially just do it better by pressing, you know, 4 or, for my case, T, like 10 seconds later, and suddenly you've, you know, siphoned away a kill's worth of gold by denying 150 and getting it yourself. So, yep, definitely a misplay. One that, I don't know, Blabber has been on Cloud9 for a while. You probably know by now. So, you know, a little disappointed in him. But it's not going to make or break the game. Neither was the fact that he's not going Moonstone Renewer on Talia, now that you should. Meanwhile, Dardoch is on the Med Deer, so that's really appreciated. That'll be fun to watch for. Nice barrel chain. Fake God, of course, can't Q it, but gets some good damage on a Fudge.
Honestly, too, you know, Dig able to pick up the Infernal Drake as well off the back half of it. So, man, they got so much. The first turret bonus, Infernal Drake as well, plus the deep vision leading up on this red side. I will bring up the topic of perks, though, because we haven't heard you know, a lot out of him this game. He's been quietly just beating Soligo in farm on Orianna. Was able to play the early stages really well, and now got full lane control. He was even able to get a big chunk out of Soligo, force him back there under turrets. Top side, though, this is going to be the big...
He's pretty screwed. He can try to ult. Nice play by Sven. W's to get the plasma on. Ult flash to guarantee nothing's going to land in time. You would have to basically, as Afro did, guess with Flay and happen to catch him mid-ultimate. Not going to tag Sven there, gets away burning only the flash, and that was going to be tough because flash by itself probably wasn't going to be enough.
All right, Blabber is going to be able to get away with the blue buff on the other side, though, after seeing Dignitas overload top side of the map. Can they actually find this extra pick, though? Perks still has flash.
They're going to go for the sleep. They've got some teammates coming around there as well, waiting for the combo to land. Hook's going to get kept up by Alistar. So Vulcan walks up, tanks for the squad. Over the wall comes Neo. And good reinforcement to keep Perks alive. Dardoch wants in but can't find it. Gets away from the ultimate, no problems.
All right. The Perks point I was trying to bring up previously was looking at their last game in Lock-In Tournament last week, the Zoe game. He had only 20% kill participation in the entire game. Vulcan, though, goes for it.
Big play, standing on the lantern. Neo can't get away. They're going to find Aphromoo here as well, and Cloud9 have come back into the mix. Blabber gets the second kill for himself. C9 bringing the gold back to equal the kill score the same.
Nice topside play there. Gonna jump right through. Let's see if Fake God can actually answer any damage on the bottom turret. Looks like not. He's gonna go for the recall. And Cloud9, with the expert use of Talia Wall here and teleport from Fudge for the team play, are able to pull it off. This is gonna be pretty big as far as routing the dragon stacking from Dig. Both the gold as well as the map control. And here it is. Vulcan goes in, flash combos Neo, even with the lantern there. 2 wards go down. Able to get the green ward as well as the pink ward down to try and block that lantern. and already had Fudge teleport in the back too. So Cloud9 is closing all doors to make sure they pick up this topside kill.
Well, it means that we are now tied in goal between these teams. I will say Dardoch has more of a sort of team-fighting standoff build. They've got one dragon so far, late into the game to be clear. Second dragon spawning past 15 minutes, so it's going to be a late soul if any. May not even be a concern for the Cloud9 side, but it's one thing that is going Dig favored. As top is still being attacked, and he was like, last time this happened, I got comboed by Alistar. Obviously really good by Vulcan to get the Hex Flash of it pulled last time around. It's like, I want a siege, but there's Alistar though.
Dardoch also doing a good job vision checking with the Swirling Seed here. Keeps chucking it in from the Lilia. Honestly, as far as the Lilia build too, the Moonstone, I do support the Moonstone Lilia builds in comps where you have another source of AP. And Soligo will be carrying the AP threat for this team. So the value for all the healing coming out of Moonstone, as you mentioned, is super big for team fights. If you don't have an AP solo laner, then I do think Leandries does so much damage that those are the cases where you still want to build it. But this one, you're going to get so much value out of the healing. Plus, he's got the stopwatch for playmaking. Cloud9 are at the turret, or at the dragon first, but Sven still topside.
Yeah, 3-1 down on that side of the map. It's going to be Fake God hiding in the brush, waiting around. As Scuttle was taken, the whole squad comes down, and Sven's going to have to be late to the fight. As you mentioned, Sven was topside. So they can walk through, but Blabber, right across the wall. If you see some come in, go for the shove, go for a bunch of bursts, and someone's at half HP with not a lot of healing on the squad unless Dardoch lands a Swirl Seed. So this is the part where you start to see if this buff is going to matter. Again, Swirl Seed on an enemy will put himself in combat. It'll get Moonstone Renewer healing coming in. They're going to find the hook onto Alistar, put him at half HP, force the Vulcan's ult away. Same as happened though for Fake God, and a Shock Blast puts the team low, but they've been sequestered off. That was a very well-aimed cannon barrage, guaranteeing no one could walk through that easily. Enemy Dignitas have claimed Dragon number 2. And at this point, I mean, 26:45 is not that late of an Ocean Soul, so this is now a ticking clock that does matter.
It definitely is, and this is going to be a big part of Dignitas' win condition. As we mentioned, they're building so much for these possible dragon fights. They're actually even going to fight over this Rift Trail. They don't want to let Cloud9 have an answer for the commitment teleport from Fake God.
Okay, this is going to be the play. Fudge cannot join. It's a 5v4, and it means that Cloud9 must run away. They get some extra vision. It's got to fully reset, so not a full leash or anything, but it is one objective denied. The cost of being the summoner teleport shouldn't be a big problem, but it does mean bot is under fire. No one's answering just yet. Soligo only now on his way to bottom lane, and that does mean it's gold denied to the turret. Fudge could have gone more aggressively and tried to kill the turret himself. He just now stops his own recall from the Fog of War and decides, okay, I'll kill a ward instead. But I mean, again, this could have been 2/3 of that turret's health bar. No one answered until the wave was already gone. He knew Dignitas was top river fighting the Herald. I think he could have just simply sieged a bit and got some objectives sort of back on the map for the squad.
Yeah, I will say that Soligo dipped into Fog of War from mid lane. He cleared a mid wave and then dipped into Fog of War. He didn't immediately start moving over, but maybe that's why he didn't want to commit to it. As far as a little bit of extra damage there. But my goodness, I have to say, this version of Dignitas, so much better with the objective calls. Really good execution thus far here against Cloud9 in week 2 here, where it really does matter. You win this game for Dig, you are into the quarterfinals. That's what so many of these teams are looking for, is a lot more time and practice to work on their new rosters. Because literally every single team in the LCS, either just getting some players in, still working out kinks with the team, any extra practice on stage or competitive learnings that they can take away from this tournament are going to be big for spring.
Yeah, and not only do they, get to lock in the spot, they have a chance of getting second seed out of the group, which, I mean, honestly, you look at the lineup having EG and C9 in it, and it's like, hey, good job. That's really, really impressive stuff. C9, obviously, a pretty sharp squad overall. I know a lot of these teams, haven't had their full rosters coming into this one. CLG, you can put a pin in their lackluster performance because, like, well, yeah, but you're missing 40%. Like, we can't really blame you for this one. And, similar stuff for FlyQuest, where they're winless, but their jungler doesn't get to start until finally today. Like, that nice flash hook by Afro. Play's not going to land in time, though. He's late on that one. Went for the box slow instead, but now Sven is in a lot of danger. Ults to run backwards. Can he get away from Fake God's barrels? Q's going to land, goes for some more move speed. Q will nearly kill, and Sven has to flash as a result from that one. But be careful, because here comes Blabber. He's going to have to flash away from this one. Does get the blast cone away. A 3v1, manages to get away with his life. Sven's going to recall, so he goes there for defense, running his own teleport. Fake God gets out.
So both those, or all three of these flashes are going to be down for the third Ocean Drake. And as you mentioned, stacking for that, stacking for that Ocean Soul in this game is going to be really big. I honestly think that is a very intelligent play from Fake God. Now Perks and Sven both are not going to have flashes for this Dragon Fight setup, and they already have great vision. Look at the map here for Dignitas. Afromu has been replacing these wards leading up to the dragon through the red quadrant of C9's jungle. 1.5 minutes left, so they have plenty of time to reset, go grab the rest of your control wards, and establish control. That way, your Lilia Seeds, Syndra Stuns, and Thresh Hooks have huge threat here from the side of Dig. They get to be in place first, and Cloud9 are going to have a very difficult time checking these because Vulcan, no ultimate on Alistar, and nobody else wants to stick their head close to any of those skill shots.
Gold's still pretty close, though. I'm curious who you would take, a 600 gold lead or a 2 dragon lead. You know, compositions maybe even notwithstanding. Hook's going to land on a Perks, though. He is flashed. He's going to take a whole lot of ultimates to the face. The shotgun buys some time, and Neo gets to walk in. The kill comes through, and Dardoch just heals up the squad. Neo's back to full HP. Sure, the red gun helps, but so does the med deer. 35 seconds on the Drake, and Perks, he can TP in as it spawns, but he may not be in position.
Afromu just keeps on looking for plays, Freak. He flashed on Perks in the mid lane, trading those flashes earlier, and they get value out of it here. No flash on Orianna, down before the dragon. Will come back up right when it spawns, but that's not enough time for him to get there. They don't have deep wards for the teleport, so it'd have to be a very shallow one.
And I like the moves. Dignitas gets 1 kill. They know they have map control immediately. So Ligo and Dardoch run through bottom jungle. They run to bottom lane. Cloud9 goes for a counterplay. They say, you know what? You know you're going to dragon. We're going to go for top side. They will instantly shut down Fake God. Perks TPs is that side as well, but this should make it a formality for Dignitas to claim this dragon. It has spawned. No one is anywhere near. This should be dragon number 3, and Ocean Soul is going to be threatened by the 27-minute mark. Good for Xenon to get a kill, but all they've done is keep the gold close.
Yeah, and you could save that teleport as soon as the Taliyah wall fully connects and walls off Fake God, because they know that he has no flash. He just flashed in the top lane play earlier, so there's no way he's getting out of that. But teleport used by Cloud9, they get a kill in exchange for dragon number 3. Now it's crunch time, though. Start the clock, Freak. Only 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Dignitas definitely feeling good.
Well, if there's a time for Grievous Wounds, it is now. Not only is there the med deer, but you've obviously got Ocean Soul on the way as well. So pick up your Morello. Sidesteps, like into the flay, basically. Hook's gonna land, though, but Blabber lands the shove backwards. Afro is flashless. Afro is lifeless. 0-2-2 for the playmaker on Thresh. Cloud9 get the gold right back to Tide. They're right in front of Baron, but that seems a little bit too tough to do.
Yeah, for sure. It is mostly just a revenge kill here for Perks, getting some vengeance on Afromu for all the focus that they are putting on Perks himself. Able to pick this one up. Zhonya's completed here for Blabber as well, making it a little bit safer for some of these Taliyah walls, going super aggressive with Flash and Zhonya's. You can definitely afford to look for those burst combos a little bit more dangerously, despite there being so much CC on the Dignitas side.
So, the medic build keeps going through for Dardoch. Staff of Flowing Water picked up second. This is very standard when you go for the Moonstone Renewer, even though Lilia does not have any ally target healing in any way. Obviously, Moonstone Renewer triggers that. The staff buff gives, 30-ish. At this point in time, let's call it like 33 ability power and 15% move speed to the target and to you. So it is a very good AP item just on yourself. It's like a 90 ability power item, in combat for 2,300 gold. That is incredibly efficient. It is why the build works this way.
Yeah, I love the wording. It's incredibly efficient. Some would say overtuned. In fact,
yes,
everyone would say overtuned, including the balance team, which is why it is slated for large nerfs for the next patch. I'm a little sad that it got so much popularity because I've definitely been abusing it, but Staff of Flowing Water itself is actually just juiced. It's definitely one of those items from the off-season where they're adding a new one and put a lot of power into it. Every single support that I talked to said literally never build Ardent Sensor. Doesn't even matter what sort of comp you have with what sort of auto attackers. Staff of Flowing Water is literally better. Yes.
I would debate that somewhat.
It's extreme, so you can always debate when it's that extreme.
Yeah, but yes, it is a very, very good item. As you said, yes, it's getting nerfed in 11.3, so, down the line, that'll get changed up. We are still on 11.1, I believe, for the entirety of lock-in. LCS Week 1 will be on 11.2. That's going to be down the line. We'll get to those, in the future when it matters more. Right now, we're still into this game where we are 2 minutes away from the Dignitas Ocean Soul. And, I mean, you guys might have seen the analyst desk. Unanimous today. None of them had any upsets on the board. It was all 15 votes where every game's going to be the exact same. They all believe Cloud9 is going to win this one. Dignitas, though, right now, doing incredibly well. And it's going to be pretty soon on Blabber 2 Smite Steal an Ocean Soul Dragon away and then do it again in 5 minutes afterwards.
I kind of love when games come down to this. We're going to peak at this team fight, Freak.
Yep.
Prepare your vocals, because this is what matters. All right, Cloud9 are going to have to try and get some vision, as we talked about earlier, though. It's so powerful when you're sitting in the place of Dignitas. You have the Dragon threat. You have so much long-range CC that Cloud9 have a difficult time trying to face check. So if you're able to retain this control of the river, then this is your time to shine. This is your time to lock in your spot in the quarterfinals of this tournament. Everybody completing items on their side as well, just in time. Aframu going with the Shrelius for a little bit of the extra speed to look for one of those picks, and he does have flash available.
All right, sidestepping back and forth. Ward control belongs to Dignitas. 35 seconds on Ocean. So this wave and the next one meets, and you got to be in Dragon in the pit by the time that happens. So mid being pushed in by Cloud9. They could go for the turret. Fudge could go. Perch could go. They're going to knock that one down. Bit of gold in the pockets. Cannot be spent for this fight, but at least it means they're getting pressure, and they might stay for tier 2. There's part of the wave alive. No, apparently not. They've turned around. That wave is gone, or at least gone enough.
You do not want to give over Ocean Soul for just a tier 2 tower as Cloud9, so they have to come face check. Look at this. 3 control wards down, 4 control wards down for Cloud9, slowly moving up, trying to get vision, trying to force Dignitas off of position.
And, I mean, Dig is giving the ground, right? They've given away every single control ward they've taken out. Here comes the flash. Engage on the Dardoch. He is gone right away. No kindness for the smite. Beautifully done by Vulcan. Takes exactly the member they needed to kill. And that means they can start on Dragon. Now, there's still a chance you steal with a barrel, with a Cinder, with something else. This is a 5-on-4 team fight. Fudge chunks 2 to 2/3, and this fight is over! Afro goes for a hook and a 4v5, and he dies for it! Easy Dragon pickup, and Baron is that way!
What a power move from Cloud9! Dignitas have 26 minutes of great setup for this fight. They have vision control of the river. Cloud9 don't care. You see that 2 seconds. They move from mid-wave, control ward down in every single brush, charging forward. Then Vulcan on the front lines does not hesitate to initiate, and they just make it look so easy despite Dignitas having the biggest upper hand for the beginning. Cloud9, just like that, Freak, take away everything. Dragon taken, Baron on top of it right after. They can use this to get all of this standing gold in the secondary towers. Yeah, Aframu hooks him in, but Vulcan just pops the ultimate, immediately flashes and blows Dardoch up.
Yeah.
No hesitation here, just decisive play.
And then staying around here, to me, just feels so fruitless. You know you're no longer as powerful as them. Sure, you've got some ultimates up, but I don't know what you're getting out of this play. Like, the expected value in that's got to be so negative that even trying feels like a mistake. Certainly good by Vulcan. Like, got pulled in by the hooks. It's okay, ult flash Q kills, but Dardoch should know Alistar ult just breaks the hook. So why are you dealing damage to the tank and putting yourself in the threat range? So I think definitely some big missteps here by Dignitas. I think they'll still be given enough chance to try again. Their gold deficit right now, only 3,000. It'll grow some. I mean, mid and bot tier 2 are probably going to die here, but they can fight back from a 4K deficit and try to find themselves one Dragon. Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of sad for the game that Dardoch was having. He was having such an incredible game. But that mistake right there, definitely very costly. The other one, Drowsy does land.
Yeah, but again, Vulcan is in the way, headbutts back in, and Afra's going to go down. Hard engage means nothing, Neo can't get any damage, and again and again and again, Vulcan will not die, but he will set up the kills, and down goes the Dignitas support.
All right, Cloud9, just like that. 2 secondary turrets picked up for themselves. One quick thing I wanted to mention about that last Dragon fight, kind of sad we didn't squeeze it in during the replay, though, was the second kill, too, when Afro moved up. He had the confidence because there was a control ward in the brush, but Blabber was able to see and was able to get seismic shove on him. I want to go back and check if they saw him move into the brush and that's why he just predicted him being at the end, or if there was an ability that was able to give him vision there, because those 2 plays basically are this game. That's why we're in this game state we are right now. Those 2 plays, Vulcan and Blabber with the 2 picks here, allowing Cloud9 37 seconds more of Baron buff, so probably won't get too much more out of it, but just look how the map has changed. They flooded into Dignitas territory. Now they're the ones with control wards here through the brush, and they get to have the pick opportunity.
Ooh. All right, gets the double hit right there. Not going to go for the sleep there. Dardoch, his team's way too far away to make anything happen to that one. But a camp steals, no problem. Still, the team tries to attach their control wards, tries to make sure they retain map control and don't give up too much. With Baron gone, it's time for C9 to reset. Their squad's got a recall, so unless they're going to stay and do a Fnatic rush, that means Dignitas should be able to retake their territory, get the Rebel Fun and Neo, get the team back over it, and we know, hey, next Ocean Drake spawns in 120. The gold deficit, yeah, it's pretty bad. It's up to 5,000 now. You know, great Red Bull Baron by Cloud9. Good job to them. They got the sponsor synergy going on. You know, grats. But at this point, Dignitas have to recollect and find the next team fight where someone is able to frontline. You know, ulted Alistar is just going to do better than Aftershock Thresh in almost all cases, but someone has to be able to work their way in. Shrelia's out. Vulcan, though, he's fast. He's going to find it. They're going to be played backwards, but still, there comes the shove. Afro cannot live long enough. Aftershock on doesn't matter. Turbo Chem Tank seems to just beat Shrelia's on the way out, then another kill comes through.
Definitely does. Running of the Bulls here, and he's going to get gored. Vulcan chases him down. And from Champ Select, you talk about Vulcan and Blabber as being the only 2 here with the big combo synergy to try and set up Talia. Get it on screen right there. Wall gives him enough distance. Another good shove back here from Blabberance. Man wants a beast.
Necessary flash. Put the Gale Force into the combo there as well. Shockwave nearly lands. That was almost a kill. Nice little C9 player showing up. Yeah, I know. You tried, bud. Regardless, it is 5v4, now finally a 5v5 as Afro is back up, but Fake God's in base regenning, so still no play. Stun's going to land, bit of damage. They're going to go for the play right now. Vulcan's going to be slowed up. This could really be a kill. It's certainly possible. They find out one. Is there more? Dragon is up right now. This has to be the play. Dignitas must find their way in. They need to find a ward. They need to find Dardoch, not dead. Gets himself a shield, needs to find some damage. A ward could mean a Fake God TV, but he's not pulling it. He's going in for Perks instead. They find the flash play, and in the meantime, Blabber took down the Drake, so Soul is not a possibility. The chase down just went too slow for Dignitas. They could not find the way to the objective, so it's only 2 kills and nothing else. The question is, what do they get off those death timers?
Yeah, it's going to be an attempt at pushing down mid lane here. They should be able to get this turret since Perks is still dead. Teleport 40 seconds away from really mattering for them for his revival, but that is such a small consolation prize. Good job here by Cloud9.
Oh! Gale Force auto attack E away. That was too much for Soligo. Drops down. Now Fudge is attacked, and you figure if you can get one more spell and it might be enough, but now the re-engage is going to show up on Afro again. He is the target, and that is 6 deaths. The flash in for Neo, but right back in goes Fudge. Traded back again and back again. Fake God's now alone in a 1v3, and that is going to be the ace. The Bud Light ace in for Cloud9. They have done everything they needed. They don't even need Perks for it.
Yep, they've got the Ocean Soul. Looks like they're going to be pushing through the base to take as much as they can here. 2 long death timers on all of Dignitas. I think they can do it.
I think it's possible here. 15 seconds on many of the recalls. Bot lane has an inhib to attack. There's a wave already in the mid lane, but I'm not sure they'll have a wave in time for the Nexus. They're at least getting double inhib. You can see the posturing is certainly pretty aggressive, but you can see Sven kind of hanging to the backhand side means it's turret then out. It's inhib and a turret and then a recall. Baron is back alive. Play for that instead.
All right. Soligo has teleports. Everybody else is going to have to run over there from Dig, and they're doing it through Cloud9 vision. So we are going to have Afro move. He's got Lantern. He can bring somebody a little bit closer, but Dardoch is so far away. Don't think he's going to be able to get there in time. Lantern him forward. Not enough.
Forward is Vision.
Oh, okay.
Try for an E over the wall. That's a nice attempt. Arlic went as fast as he could. It couldn't be enough, though. And yes, quick Baron secure. Nicely done.
All right, here's another look at it. Cloud9 looking for the punishment. And there's only one Lantern to take. So Saligo there behind. It's a flash into Gale Force auto from Sven, finishing him off. Then Neo, they know that they're in such a tight situation here with Ocean Soul already being given over. They're trying to break something open, and so he just goes for it. Flashes in, but the Zonias pays up huge, and then Fudge is able to go in for the combo here.
Yeah. Good barrel timing by Fake God to secure at least one of the kills, but yeah, that was an outright, 4 for 1, if you count the Saligo death as not part of that battle. That is just better team fighting on the C9 side. Well done to them. And now it's getting bad to worse. Dignitas had a solid first 24 minutes, and then they could not hold on when they fought over Dragon number 4, and it's been all C9 since.
Yeah, critical tipping point there. And man, that's definitely going to be a play that multiple teams should be reviewing, not just these two teams, but how Cloud9 just rush in from mid lane, easily like retake full vision of the Drake, and then great engage and pick for themselves, just pulling this game out. Now with Baron number 2.
Flash engage, they found the AD carry. Sven around the back, he's dominating. They're gonna find Fake God as well. No way out. 2 for 0 so far. Sven is running for a third. Can't quite find it. He's hooked, he's asleep. This could be a kill, and it is. A shutdown. Soligo is rich, but he can't even spend it in time. So he shove backwards. Blabber in front, gonna be attacked yet again. Takes a lot of damage. Just barely staying alive. The hook's gonna find another target. In comes Afro. In comes the fight for Perks. He's gonna kill Soligo. He survives the whole engage. Turrets are falling left, right, and center. Bot lane under attack. One turret's gonna drop. Yes, it is. 4 alive for Cloud9 and only 2 for Dignitas. That should be an easy pickup, and it means that Cloud9 are going to be looking good at 3-1. They secure the 2nd seed in the group, and Dignitas at 1-3. We'll see if they're going to be in a tiebreaker or not. They're going to be big fans of Immortals. They can stop down FlyQuest. There's no chance for them, but GG, Cloud9 take the win.